Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video I will cover how to create your first project in Anchor, and I will also explain the structure of the Anchor project, and I will try to run it end to end so that you will get the basic understanding of Anchor Solana project development. So what I'll do first, I will open Visual Studio. So once this Visual Studio open, I will open my new WSL window. Let it get started. It is started now. Now I will open new terminal. So in new terminal, I will just do ls, and I have this folder demo. So inside demo, I will create my first new Anchor project. So to create a new project in Anchor, we have this command anchor init and the project name. So I will run anchor init, and let's say anchor first. Anchor first is my project name. So now it is creating your first Anchor project. It will take some time. So now your project has been created. If you do here, you can see like Anchor first is there. So you can open your project using VS Code. You can click on open folder, and inside that we have created a demo folder, and inside demo we have Anchor first. So that you can open. So this is your project. If you open the directory structure, so mainly it has two folder. One is for program. So inside program we have source folder and this lib.rs. So this lib.rs is nothing but your smart contract. So your smart contract code will be written here in Rust. So it's basically a Rust file. And the second one is your test file. This anchor first.ts, this is your test file. This is where like we have to write our test cases. Okay. So just to start with, what you actually do, you first open terminal. Okay. And then you first check the configuration of your Solana, so that we can check like Solana config get. So here you can see the URL is for DevNet. So in Solana we have multiple network. We have testnet, we have DevNet, we have mainnet. So because I'm going to do this demo on DevNet, so I have already set up this URL like for DevNet, api devnet.solana.com. And also you can check like how many Solana is there on your DevNet. So if you run this command Solana balance, so you'll be able to see the balance, like how many Solana you have in your wallet. So I have like 7.85 Solana available. Okay. So now what I will do after that, we will, because this is already set, so I will just check like the files basically. So here we have two more main file, cargo.toml. So in cargo.toml we actually add the dependency for Rust, like whatever the dependency you want to use in your Rust program, so that you have to add here in dependencies. And similarly we have one more TUML file that is for anchor toml. In anchor toml you have to provide some basic information like the cluster, right? So if you are running it on local solar network, then it will be local net. But because we are running it on devnet, so we have to provide the devnet URL. So I will replace it with devnet URL. And now I'm going to build my project. So to build the project, you have to run anchor build command. Anchor build, when you actually create or build for the first time, then because it has to download all the dependencies, so it takes some time. While in the second go, it does not take much time because the dependencies are already there. It is very similar to Maven. Like you run your project in Maven, so first time when you do Maven build, it actually download all the dependencies. So now I am building my Solana project or Anchor project. Yeah. So after build, it has created this .so file. It is very similar to some bytecode file in Java. Like we have .class file. Similarly, it has created .so file, and it also says like how you can deploy this file. So let me run this command. So what it will do, this command will actually deploy this file on the Solana DevNet network. So using this command, it will actually deploy this file, this .so file, on your DevNet. So it has deployed this file and it has written the address. So this program ID is nothing but the address of your smart contract on Solana DevNet. So what you have to do once you have this address available, so this address you have to use like in your file. Like here in anchor.tml file, you have to replace this program ID. And similarly, we have other files available like lib.rs. Here also we have to replace this file. And we can also check in the test script file if we are using. I think test script we are not using it. So I have already replaced like in anchor.tml and lib.rs. So what I will do, I can actually now run anchor deploy. So there is one more command, anchor deploy. So what anchor deploy do, actually anchor deploy first build your project and then it actually deploy your smart contract on the Solana DevNet network. Meanwhile, we have this package.json file also available. In package.json, we actually add up the dependency for JavaScript. Like in Web3 JS, we use to interact with Solana network. So if we are using any external or explicit dependency for JavaScript, that you can add in package.json. Likewise for anchor.html. In anchor.html, you actually mention like what is the cluster, what is the wallet address, and what is your program ID. And in cargo.tml, we actually add up the dependency for Rust. Yeah, so that has been deployed successfully and it is the ID. We have one more command in Anchor, that is Anchor test. So before running Anchor test, you have to basically run the Mocha library. So to add my Mocha library, we have this command yarn add ts hyphen Mocha. So this command if I run, so that will actually add up the Mocha package. So after running ts Mocha, you can run Anchor test. So what anchor test will do? Anchor test actually first run anchor build, then anchor deploy, then it will run your test cases as well. So as of now, I have only one test case written in my file. If you see here, this is the test case. IT is initialized. So it will run this test cases, but it will actually run the complete life cycle, like from the starting. First, it will build your code, then it will deploy it on the development network, and then it will run this test case. So here in this test case, what we are doing, we are actually calling this initialize method from your lib.rs. So in lib.rs we have initialize method. So as of now it is empty because it's a demo. So in initialize method means we have not written anything. So it will like a plain call. So inside TS, we are just calling this method. Yeah. So this test case is passed, and the and your program is running end to end. And this is like the very basic demo on Anchor, because what happens, like people who are actually very new to Anchor framework, so it actually confuse them a lot, like how actually they can work on Anchor. So this video will help them to learn like how to set up Anchor and how things are connected. What is lib.rs? What is this .ts file? What is anchor.tml file? What is cargo.tml file? And how actually you run end-to-end your Anchor project. Because thereafter we have to do nothing. We just need to write our code. If suppose in initialize method, we want to perform some operation, so that operation we can perform within this function initialize method. So thereafter, because I am going to write like two three more videos on the development, so there I will cover up like how to add up your code in this file, but just on the very basic level, like how to connect with Anchor, how to create a project in Anchor, and how the files and the project structure is there in the Anchor. So for that only, I have covered like the most of the part from the Anchor. So I hope you have liked this video. In my next video, I will cover how to do development or how to transfer Solana or SPL token from your account to PD account. So that level of coding we will start in my next video. This is just for demo purpose, so that you will get some feel about Anchor framework, how actually it works. Thank you so much, and see you in my next video.